Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want us to discuss about mental health. Mental health has been spoken for decades, but still we don't really understand what it is. People have gone through so much, people are going through so much every day, and people are committing suicide. Let me tell you the truth, someone that doesn't just wake up and decide I want to kill myself today. It is a process. This person has been suffering for a very long time, and now they decide I want to end the suffering by committing suicide. Let's go. Okay, so what is mental health? Mental health is how someone feels, thinks, and behaves. In this situation, if you initially were doing your things straight, let's say you used to go to class, after class you go back home, do your cooking, do your washing, eat, then take a nap. You find that you don't want to really do those things again, that could be a sign of poor mental health. So when we say it's about how people feel, think, and behave, it's because it's a condition that comes as a result of stress, depression, and anxiety. And before someone tells you now that you're depressed, you may have gone through so much, hence you're being diagnosed with depression. But initially you didn't know. You just said, I just want to take a nap, this is too much for me, I want to rest. And you find out that you are not in a very good state to think and act. So this tells us that everyone has some risk to develop mental health, irrespective of our age, gender, that is male or female, our income, or our ethnicity. We are all at risk. But most of the things that make us go through a decline in our mental health are our social and financial circumstances. And in this economy, we have to speak about finances and our social lives, because that plays a major role in our mental health status. So as far as mental health is concerned, we have social and financial issues. But before then, there is also the biological factor and the lifestyle that we choose. The life that we lead and the people that we live with and spend our time with determine if we are going to progress and have good mental health, or decrease our mental state and become sick, depressed, and eventually want to end our lives. So there are issues in our social life that may make us want to that may make us feel depressed. And these things could be our occupation, our sometimes level of our social involvement, the people we spend our time with, whether I spend time with friends who drink, with friends who help me make more money, with friends who help me criticize others or criticize myself and not love myself more. Those are the people that can make you decline your mental health. Education can also lead to that. Whether you've really done your studies more and more to master's and PhD levels, or even if you've not gone to school at all, we are all predisposed to poor mental health. Housing, the quality of housing we live in. Trust you me, in such a social economic times that we are living in, at times you may work so hard, and at the end of the day you just want a cool place to just sleep and reflect, or just rest and wake up tomorrow to a happy day and start afresh. But most of the housings that we live in, they don't give us the opportunity to maybe think and have good sleep. Let's say if you stay in a neighborhood where people play music, or there are hotels and bars that play music till very late, it could be difficult for you to sleep well. And over time, your mental health status declines, whereby most of the time you find that you're depressed and that you're not able to function normally. Okay, other factors include our age, because remember, as age goes by, let me say when we were a bit younger, in our 20s, life used to be so sweet. I mean, you had all the money you needed, you had the lifestyle, you would go outing anytime you want, you'd spend your money in whatever way. The responsibilities were not as much as when your age progressed. Now you're in your 30s or 40s, the children are here, you need to take care of them, you have to go home early. Initially you used to you get from work, go home and relax. take a shower, a hot cup of tea or coffee, and watch a movie. But at the moment you have kids to take care of, maybe your spouse is not supportive, or even you don't have one, because nowadays, it's man for himself and God for us all. So you have kids to take care of, you take care of your kids, and at the end of the day, you feel so depressed to go to bed very late, and you feel that you wake up very early. Go to bed late, wake up very early, and the routine continues. You don't have weekend outs, you don't have weekend indoors for yourself. When you're just about to rest, your kids are there to call you mama, and you have to answer them. Life becomes a bit difficult for each and every mom out here. And we don't know if you're going through depression or if you're going through a mental health illness. So age plays a major role. The bills are here. You have to work hard to make ends meet. You have bills, you have school fees, you have clothing, you have so much going on. Most common types of mental illness are, there's anxiety, there's mood disorder, and there's schizophrenia. Anxiety, there's general anxiety, the sense could be restlessness, fatigue, interrupted sleep, and tense muscles. At times you feel like, nasikia mwili yangu imeshikana, but it could be because of the anxiety that you're going through. In anxiety, we also have something called obsessive compulsive disorder. I hear people say, I'm OCD, but you don't know it's a type of an anxiety which also affects our mental health, because if you repeatedly do something, let's say you feel like I repeatedly want to wash my hands, you keep washing your hands, and at the end of the day, it becomes something that your mind keeps recording, that I have to do it time and again, and it becomes obsessive. Having post-traumatic stress disorder, which can later progress to a severe mental health disorder. We also have mood swings. There are people who have major depression. Some people have a mood, they don't want to talk to people today. Tomorrow they are really in low moods. Tomorrow you're so happy, extremely happy. That is part of mood disorder. Bipolar includes schizophrenia. And these signs of schizophrenia are hallucinations, mostly, and delusions. If you figure out things at night, you hear things, you hear voices, just look for help. Signs that we could be depressed, or we could be having a mental disorder: withdrawing from friends and family. If you really wanted to do something before, like if you wanted to go out every now and then, now you don't go. Feeling like sleeping too much, or there's no sleep at all. Feeding a lot or not eating. Using mood altering substances like nicotine, that is cigarette, and alcohol. Displaying negative emotions towards people or towards yourself. Being confused. You're not able to work well during the day. You work, and at some point you feel like this is too much for me, I can't complete the task, and initially you used to complete it. That could be another sign of a mental health disorder. There are ways that you can be able to get out of this by looking for help, where people call it psychotherapy. Psychotherapy is where, or talk therapy is where you go to a psychologist or a counselor, talk it out. Over time, the issue may get out of your head, and you feel now you're relieved, and you can do without, you don't tend to think a lot, you don't tend to feel stressed, you don't tend to worry more. You can also be put on medication depending on the severity of your disease, and you can also help yourself. Look at yourself. Some people are able to identify issues. Like me, if I have a problem, I'm able to identify that I'm going through something and seek help early enough. But there are people who don't know. But I am here to now notify you that you can also seek help and help yourself by identifying where you're going. You feel like you're not going on well the way you used to. You're not able to eat the way you used to. You're sleeping a lot. You're withdrawing from family and friends. You're not completing your tasks. Go and seek for help. You can even go to a rehabilitation facility where you don't just go and get rehab. You go get rest, talk to psychotherapists, and they will be able to give you antidepressants where you'll be able to come back to normal. I wish everyone a happy life, because we don't want to have people who are depressed. Our economy is really frustrating people, and people are feeling depressed. Other people are using a lot of substance abuse. We start by taking a sip of alcohol, then a glass, then over the weekend I have to take a glass, then it proceeds to a bottle, and from a bottle now you drink every day. And with that, just realize, or just know that you are at risk of being depressed, because you can't sustain your life without them, and probably end up committing suicide. With that, I hope you'll be aware of your mental health status. Seek help in all health facilities. I know there are doctors who are willing to help people out there. You can talk to a friend. If you're not confident enough to talk to your friend, go to a counselor somewhere. Tell them what you're going through, and they'll be able to help you think out loud and look for solutions. Thank you very much. Keep in touch. If you have any questions, my email address is down there. You can always keep in touch. Thank you.